this question is, how did you get into music? So I started singing as a wee little child. I was probably 6 or so. For me, that was second grade. Uh, I our class was having a show where we were doing Peter Pan's White Christmas. It was like White Christmas song was the main theme song for the show that we were doing, and the little girl who was playing Wendy got sick, and so they asked if there was anyone else who had learned the song, which was White Christmas, and I raised my hand, and so they had me sing it, and they realized that I could really sing, and so that was the beginning. That was my first solo, and then I started getting solos after that. I started singing in church. I think the first time I sang in church, I was about 6 years old. My grandma played the piano for me, and I sang to the big church, which is what I called it, which was the adult service. And then after that, I was in children's choir at church. I was in choir in school all growing up, and in high school, I did a couple musicals. I used to sing for assemblies. I've sang the national anthem for football games. Um, I sang in church my whole life. As I got to be a teenager in high school, we had a youth group, and we started a Wednesday night live band, and I was the lead singer for that. And then I would sing at evening church services sometimes. And then as I got older, I would go to karaoke, which is always really fun. I love a good karaoke. I started singing with a friend of mine who was running an open mic night here in town, and he played the guitar and sang and was in a band, and we would get together and I would do harmony and sing harmony with him. So I would sing with him at the open mic night, and then sometimes I would sing like a couple a cappella songs by myself. And then I started hanging out with a girl who played the guitar, and turned out I had learned to play the guitar in 4th grade, and I still could kind of remember basics of it. So I picked up the guitar and started playing, and eventually started writing songs back then. And that was, like 20 plus years ago. And then I just kind of got into more of a going out and dancing with my friends phase and stopped playing music, and I stopped being around musicians. And then the next thing you know, 20 years went by, and I had picked up my guitar very few times over those 20 years. You can see a couple of those times on my YouTube channel. They're like 9 years old or so. I played a couple songs and recorded and put them up, just cover songs. And then finally, like, I think it was about 3 years ago, I decided to pick my guitar back up after being reintroduced to musicians and being around musicians. It really sparked my need to want to sing again. So I picked up the guitar and started playing and writing again. And then eventually I have now started playing the baritone ukulele. It's a little bit smaller, a little easier for me to play. I have tiny little hands and short little arms. So now I play the baritone ukulele, and I've been writing songs on that and putting songs up on my channel. And yeah,